Michael? Michael is on it. How are you doing, Michael? How are you doing? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. Let's wait for it to jump up a little bit. It's a lovely, calm. Yes, Matter. Yes, Michael. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Hope your weather's good where you're at as well. The weather was cracking the flags yesterday. It was gorgeous. I went to a friend's family barbecue and we had a mint day. I'd like to say now, thank you very much to Nikki. Nikki, you know who you are, mate. Thank you for being so hospitable and welcoming to me and my family and inviting us to your family barbecue. It was a brilliant day and it was really great to chat with you as well, Nikki. Whether you'll get to see this, oh, weather's amazing in Bristol. Well, that's good news, isn't it? That is good news. Nice and chilled. Everyone can enjoy the day. When you've got good weather, you want to go out, want to do things. I was at a barbecue all day, so I probably had one too many lemonades. So I've woke up today and I'm just in chill mode. The wife's in chill mode. We've just done a little bit of shopping, got our little self sorted out, and we just use it today as a kind of just relax, not think too much. Even though, yeah, guess what I've done? Yeah, let's do a stream. Been writing notes for the past hour. So there you go, you're chilling out. So yeah, I hope you've had a good weekend. Work tomorrow in it, so you might as well get the most of it while you can. I have been I have been through frigging mental turmoil for the past 4 or 5 days. I've had problems with my computer from trying to transfer files that were CSA footage from my phone to my desktop just after I got back. Something went wrong. I probably made a mistake, and everything just my computer just died. It's a good computer. Programs disappeared off my computer, and I'm like, what is going on? The computer couldn't reboot, it wouldn't open, it wouldn't do nothing. You then start thinking, what am I going to do? How much is it going to cost me? The inconvenience. I can't actually do anything. So it was a mad couple of days, and then I logically, methodically just went through with a process of elimination all the different things, and I worked out what it was, and I've boxed it. The computer's fine. I thought the CSA, voicing CSA footage was corrupted. I thought that may have caused a problem, but it turns out there was nothing wrong with it, hence me doing the upload. So as soon as my computer got back on, I was like, right, CSA footage, right. I couldn't go to see Billy the other day because my computer was down and I still had the CSA footage. Yes, Julie. Sorry, Julie, about that streaming. Oh God, Julie, I know I could tell through your comments that it was kind of getting under your skin a little bit. What is the black thing on the minute of screaming at me? Right, tell you what this is. This is my wife's fascinator, and I'm not putting it on, Janeo. It's not my colour. My silver one's in the cupboard. So that's where she keeps her fascinated. There's washing on the bed. There's washing everywhere, like I say. You know what I mean? It's Sunday lazy day, Janeo. I'm sorry. You've just exposed me. And me fascinator. So, boy, thank you anyway, everyone, for jumping on. And yeah, it is a weird world, Julie. It was somewhat entertaining stream, but it was an informative stream, and I tried to do it in a considerate way where I'm not freaking people out, but at the same time, I have got a bit of a council estate mentality, so I do go there with the full intention of really explaining it. So it was a bit of a strange one, but I liked it. I did like it. So this one, like I say, I've been going through all kinds of problems the past few days, so I've not been totally looking at what's been going on. I know this Saturday there was a big event, the veterans in London. I knew various people that were going, and I couldn't cover it because I was committed to the family an occasion. So it was only, afterwards with the comment sections, people are getting back to me, personal friends, and I don't know whether any of you have seen it. It was a video. Now, you're probably going to be surprised what I end up talking about in the next 10-15 minutes. You will be surprised, but you shouldn't be, but you will maybe be surprised. Has anyone per chance actually seen the Danny Thomas video? Does anyone know what I'm referring to when I talk about that? It was something that was sent to me, or at least I seen it early this morning. So I'm just asking the question before I go into it. Does anyone know what I would be talking about? It's Danny Thomas, that he was speaking about attending the thank you, Matt. Yes, right. So yeah. Well, mate, I got what you said. He got his phone notes. No, right. Okay. So Matty understands, and there's probably more people. Danny Thomas. Whatever you think as an individual, whether you like his politics, what he's about, the way he portrays himself, that is irrelevant. Is irrelevant. So that's why I'm saying to people, don't be surprised that if I'm talking about this. Right, okay, Indigenous, right, well, okay, so I don't know what you guys thought about it, but I felt I'd have to talk about it, as well as another thing I'm going to mention as well. He'd gone to London, he'd gone to support the vets, what they were doing. And I don't know what had happened. I'm only going off his words, so I can't fully. There's always two sides to a story, isn't there? Yeah. There's no footage to corroborate what he's saying, but at the same time, there's an element of genuine authenticity with some of the things that he's saying. Doesn't sound like he's lying. Now, there is two sides to a story. Yes, Sarah. Yeah, Ian, tribalism is a natural occurring thing, but it can also destroy as well as it's set up to actually protect as well. That's why I thought I'd choose that word in terms of this. So he's gone, he's walked round and he's saying hello to people and whatnot. Like I said, I don't even follow Danny Thomas. I've got no reason to. I've seen enough of it. Danny Thomas has got a reputation. Although, he gets on it and he does his little thing now with Tommy Robinson, and apparently he's working with Telford now. So fair play, whether you agree with the guy or not. Like I say, this ain't a personal hit or not. It's just looking at it from an individual perspective, not who he is and what he's representative of. And because I don't like him, let's not assign any sympathy towards him. I'm not playing that game. That is tribalistic. That is the whole reason why I'm doing this stream. I'm just trying to say, call it out. Something's not right. No matter what I think about that guy, whether I love him, whether I don't like him, it's irrelevant. It is totally irrelevant. There's too much of this tribalistic stuff that's going on in this movement that is corroding the whole movement bit by bit. The left don't even have to do anything because it does feel that this is corroding within itself. It's not easy to watch whether you agree with the people that it's happening to or not. There's no pleasure in this. For all, whatever you think about Danny Thomas, he's a family man. He's got his beliefs. It's just not right. At the same time, I can't say I totally agree with everything he's done in the past, and the man has got a reputation as well. So, you know, whether that can come back to bite you back. But there's all manner of different elements within this, and I can't get too involved in that because I have to be fair and just say it from a position of there'll be more stories on all sides. So he's gone and he's got his phone nicked and he's been assaulted by 4 people. Now, the irony is, this ain't the left. This ain't Muslim extremists. This is people on this side of the fence. This is people that not necessarily following Tommy, but still on this side of the fence. As we all know, that this movement is divvied up into different partitions of what people believe, but loosely speaking, they all loosely represent each other as a whole. But at the same time, some people have a lot of animosity towards other people in the movement for what they're doing, you know, and that is natural as long as how it manifests is in a positive way and done for the right reasons. There's a lot of egos. I've spoke about this, so it does make it somewhat a bit of a swamp to work in when you do start to see these characters. So apparently Danny Tomo then, he gets assaulted, he gets his phone taken, he stands there and he's supposedly standing his ground, and he just wants his phone back, I guess. Now, these guys mention that the reason why they've assaulted him is because apparently of a Facebook post where there was a chap named Busker who had thanked Danny for Danny's support. Now, the way Danny puts it across is that I don't even know the guy, and because of this, you know, people have then got tribalistic and started. Now, same again, Busker's another. No matter what you think of Busker, whether you like the man, whether you don't, I've never seen him act in this way. When you show a distaste for a person and when you've got the goal to call someone a bully, but yet your tactics are more of a bullying nature than the person that you try to discredit, it doesn't make sense. Sarah, I'll wait for that to come back up. Well, the video I've seen, Sarah, is where he's in his garden pacing up and down, and it was basically like the final straw. He's saying that he's giving it a break. He's giving it a break. Now, same again, I'm going right off the Busker thing, because do you get violent because of what could be some form of a personal spat between Tracy Blackwell, the camp that are around Tracy Blackwell, and Busker? It seems to be that toxic now that anyone that is, even if they're not friends with him, even if they don't speak to him on any social media, even if you allude that you're going anywhere near what he's talking about, which was anti-Semitism and National Front, you're just as bad. And that means that you're open to be getting bullied, you're open to be getting physically assaulted, and you're open to be getting your phone robbed. Now, these guys openly said they weren't supporters of Tommy, they were supporters of Tracy Blackwell. So that then puts Tracy Blackwell in a bad light, whether Tracy likes that or not. If people were acting like that on my behalf, I'd tell them to stop. I'd tell him to return the phone, and I would say, mate, don't do that on my behalf. So as far as I'm concerned, if you don't apologise and return the phone, then I'm in a position where I'm forced to have nothing else to do with you because I don't want you to do that for me. Yeah? Just like I wouldn't expect for me to go out and beat someone up on your behalf. It's not the way you work. You should have a bit more class. This is all about debate. This is all about people that are supposed to be red pilled and can compose themselves and talk. We were supposed to be the side that had the high moral ground, that looked at the left for playing these tactics. So it's a tribalistic mentality got that entrenched now that this is going to manifest, you know? So same again, I'm not coming from a position where I'm doing this to support Danny Tomo. No, but you know what? I resonate with that video. I feel the guy's pain. I don't necessarily like the way he goes about his business most of the time, although I have seen his recent stuff. He's been trying to do the right thing. It's a fair play to him. I can't judge him. He's just a man doing his own thing. But I can't condone actions like that against people on this side that, you know, he's had his phone taken. Yeah, Sarah. I didn't see all of that comment, Sarah, but it's getting toxic. It's getting hateful. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, right? I have got 101% respect for Tracy Blackwell. That is unequivocal, without a doubt. 100%. But what I am seeing a mafia forming. I am seeing bodies of people that claim to be representing Tracy Blackwell, but then are acting more like the fucking mafioso, going round doing this to people on this rampage of you cannot do anything to Tracy, you cannot say anything about Tracy or Busker. Now, from what Danny Thomas is talking about, whether you like him or not, it's irrelevant. He's actually articulated that he didn't even know what they were on about. So that attack, not only was it irrational, but it was totally wrong to do it. Even if he did know about it, it's still wrong. But the fact that they've just knee-jerk react and gone towards physical violence, I'm telling you. Now, it makes me think, what would happen to me? Would you then, if you see me in London, with my phone, doing my streaming, because I've actively come out and denounced the National Front, not out to attack Tracy Blackwell, but yet the sense of feeling and the ill feeling, even though what I was reporting was a fucking logical thing, does that mean that I'm then going to become a target? Does that mean then you're going to start throwing punches at me? Because I've got the balls to speak out, whether I do it in the right way or wrong way, that's up for debate. But the fact of the matter is the reason why it is being done. But yet these guys want to run around just being openly violent with people just because you don't agree. It's the same wanker stain mentality that has just been there for months. And it's to the point now where when it's getting violent, I don't get it. I don't get it. And this is uncanny. That it was only a couple of weeks ago I'd done a stream. Thank you, Bad Attitude. Mate, I'm just trying to do the right thing by everyone here. And this is why I said at the beginning, people, because I'm now talking about Danny Tomo for the net. No, I ain't blowing smoke up his ass. That ain't about that. Whether you like the man or not, you don't. What's that all about? Some kind of fucking street theft fuggery shit going on, robbing people's phones. He's already spoke about all the footage that he had. Now, there is a bigger picture to it, as if to say, do you have such evidence all contained in a phone that when it's gone, not only have you got to worry about what hands it's getting in, you know, but the fact of the matter is that anyone could do anything with that. So that's an element of like data protection that you've got to look about. I mean, the guy's He's talking about putting £100 up to get for a reward for his fucking phone. Now, I've been down to Telford. I've got an idea of what's been going on down there. I've spoke to different organisations that were down there. Telford was the place where I first met Nanny Robinson. So I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware of different organisations that are doing good work there. So for whatever I think of Danny Tomo, he's trying to expose, he's trying to help. Apparently there's families that he's trying to help. But yet now all that evidence is gone. There's audio recordings apparently on the phone that's gone. There's other little notes that he's put that have now gone. So I don't know where that leaves him. He says he's not backed it up to anything. So everything's on that phone. So in a sense, that wasn't the most professional, but fair play to him. The man's trying to do something. But it is a concern with all that material on the phone. Who's got it now? Are they then going to start using that against him? I don't know. There might be other things on there that he might be involved in other chats that might come back to bite him now because of that. I guess you just got to watch the net. You got to watch WhatsApp for what people are fucking disseminating now. I don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe he'll get his phone back. Maybe he's got it back. Maybe it's cost him £100. Maybe just someone politely have got on the phone. But it's not right. It's not right. And I'm not sat here on some high moral position. I'm seeing it from afar and I'm seeing how ugly it is. I mean, the one thing that resonated when Danny Tomo was talking, because I'd not seen any of Danny Tomo's stuff for months. Seen the odd little bit when he's been following Tommy Robinson round. When he was talking about following Telford, now, to what extent he's doing it, I don't know. That was the first I'd heard. Who he's been following, the conversations that he's been having, the details that have been amassed in his head because of it, I can't say. What I can say is, I've seen the look on his face. I can see the look of a man that's got the world on his shoulders, that has got a heavy mind as well as a heavy heart. And do you know why I can recognize that? Because I've been wearing that same look on my face for the past fucking year. Plus, yeah? The moment I went from filming marches, interviewing people, I'll tell you where my light bulb moment was. The moment I interviewed Samantha, a grooming victim from Rochdale, a survivor. Yeah? If anyone's seen them 2 videos, you'll see the look on my face. We could not show Samantha. And it wasn't the most professional to have every man and his dog in that room when me and Samantha were talking. That was evident. But I wasn't even qualified. But I did have a good hear. But my God, half of you guys couldn't even watch both videos. So how do you think I felt? I'm sat looking at her. I had to respond. I couldn't even compute a lot of what was going on there. So for days later, it sent my world all over the place. It made me reevaluate. I come out kicking after that because I then started to see that this girl hasn't got a pot to piss in. We're all talking about grooming victims. I look stressed. I'm not stressed now, mate. I'm not stressed now. I'm actually feeling what was going on. You know what? I'm not stressed. Shane. Thanks for your concern. No. You know what? If anything, mate, it's all this does play on you. You know, when you get involved, you consume yourself. You can't help it. You know, I've spoke to Samantha. I've been to CSA, you know, spoke to survivors I work with, and they tell me little bits that, you know, not all of the survivors I've spoke to, and I would never speak to anyone else in regards to what has gone on individually with any survivor. You know, I mean, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What they tell me, but you still got to go home. You still got to reevaluate all that, knowing that your family's all right, knowing that the movement's in this state, knowing that there's people who no one knows that has had all manner of things happened to him. So it does make you think that Rochdale is a mess, Shane, and I'm sure Telford's the same. There's victims up and down. I think the thing why you said that is because Billy has done a freaking brilliant job of highlighting all the different issues in Rochdale. So it's inherent now that people know Rochdale is fucked. Whereas we've still got plenty of cities because people like Danny, like, others that are not covered in different places, that you'll know of it as one of the towns that is affected, but you don't know too much about it. You don't know the characters. You don't know the victims, the survivors, So he was trying to do his bit there. And I can see it. I can see it. Imagine any of you guys look at it from that way. Flip it onto you in terms of you can sit there waiting for content, which fair play. When someone puts a channel up, that's what you do, don't you? But put yourself in the person who's actually uploading it, in terms of what they're dealing with, the people they're talking to, the conversations that they're having, the things that they're setting up, what they're hearing in the background. That, I feel it. I'm quite a sensitive chap here. I'm still old man, don't get me wrong, but I do have a kind of more of a spiritual side, so I feel it. I feel people's pain. I can see it within their eyes. I can see it within the body language. I tell you, there was one lady that, Pauline, there was a lady from the CSA event in Kent. I'm almost certain her name was Pauline. Pauline, when she spoke for around 15 minutes. I've uploaded every person that spoke apart from Pauline. And that weighed heavy on me because I don't like missing people out unless there's a reason, if the sound's not good or whatever. I didn't want to put it up, one for Pauline and one for yourself, because Pauline, although she was courageous, you could visibly see what she was talking about had done to her, and it wasn't comfortable viewing. Everybody sat and watched and listened to every word that she said, but to show it wouldn't put her in a comfortable place, and people watching it wouldn't. It was the sorriest thing for such an amazing lady that is got the courage to step up and speak her mind about whatever's happened to her in her life. But to witness the effects of that in terms of demeanor, in terms of the words that she used, in terms of just her overall actions, it was difficult to watch, uncomfortable to watch, made me feel sad, made me feel angry, made me feel annoyed at the world that no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? You can't, it's just difficult. So I resonate to the point now where Danny Thomas has turned around and said, I need a break. He's looking at his family. He says he don't receive any money. I've got to take him on face value. I don't know what he receives and what he don't. Cheers, bad attitude. Well, survivors need a voice. And I think survivors' voices is more important to be heard than people who are just getting outraged over what is happening to survivors. Do you understand what I mean? And I think that works in twofold. You're actually giving people a voice. You're letting them know you're there and you support them by whatever little means that you can do. Because I do very little. I can't be there 24/7. But a lot of survivors I have worked with, they've got my number if they ever really need me, if they ever want to talk. There's plenty of people in this movement that we just sit and chat. And they feel better, I feel better, and not one upload has come from it. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's that. But it's giving voices out in it. Cheers, Shane. You have a good day, mate. You have a good day. So, I do think it's a twofold. By giving them a voice, by also empowering them to let them know that there's people who are prepared to support them, even if sometimes they don't go about it in the right way. This is another thing, working with survivors. You've got to be careful. I'm still learning. I haven't got it right. Samantha made me realize that you can't just go in, shove a camera into people and, oh, everything's right, let's upload it. No, you've got to deal with the psychology afterwards and the psyche and just literally the person, and what's the end goal. What would you like to see happen with them, and try and achieve that in a slow process. Let themselves build themselves up. I'm not trained. I'm not in any way got any qualifications. I'm qualified in life and I can listen. That's all I can offer. And I've got a sympathetic ear to people that have had this done to them, because it's becoming more and more prevalent that this country is full of survivors one way or another. So I love doing what I'm doing. When the funny thing is, the other reason why I resonate with Danny Thomas with what he's done is that I was feeling that 8 months ago. If it wasn't for PAG, I'd have fucked it all off. It was too heavy on my head. I couldn't work out why I was getting stick from certain people. I could understand you get trolls, you get all that kind of stuff, but I couldn't understand the trolls being from the inside. So then it made me think, well, why should I bother? Leave them to it. Why should I bother? It was only because by then I'd made up connections with PAG that I thought, no, if I'm not going to give up, PAG, this is the positive out of what turned into a negative. And things I've worked myself out of that. I feel a little bit better. And PAG are beneficiaries of my channel, in a sense. And I'll do it for anyone. And, you've heard all my other chats over the month, so I'm not saying anything new here. So yeah, he spoke about financial, family, how it's affecting him as an individual. Same again, you've got to appreciate every person. It's heavy when you get into this. You've got to be mindful of that. It's not an easy place for anyone to be put in. It's a lot of discernment that you're going to have to evaluate, work out, partition, put in its right place in order for you to be a rational individual, in order to deal with it fairly, and not only deal with it but then speak about it, and then not let it affect your life, where it then rubs off on your kids, rubs off on your family, your relationship with your wife, and external your friends. It's a lot of shit. Maybe some people it's too heavy. Maybe, I don't know. It can get all too consuming, but very rewarding when you can see that you're trying to do the right thing. So Danny Thomas has decided to call it a day for a little bit. Probably sounds the best. Sounds like he needs a break. If you're going to ask me, I do think every person involved in the assault, who has got his phone, every person that has come out over the past 2 months and niggling on the protection of Tracy Blackwell, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Protecting Tracy Blackwell, well, one, she's a big lady. She can protect herself, first of all, yeah? I don't know the certain individuals that may have gone in and a personal attack against Tracy. That's bang out of order. But you cannot have a situation where anyone is negated from critique. You can't. And then you can't have the fascist army that then wheel out and try and protect. You can't. Danny Tomo had gone up to Tracy Blackwell and said, listen, these guys have just assaulted me and they took my phone. And he said, they're saying that, I'd said that, I supposedly said to you on a phone that, I don't care about your family being kind of murdered or whatever, his son being murdered. And Tracy actually admitted, you'd not even said that, we've not even spoke about that. But then she did say, something about Busker. So I'll be honest, that is not helping. If you're going to have this, Busker means that anyone who goes near him or that, is an enemy, or if you agree with anything Busker says, you are the terrorist. Remember when George Bush done that? Remember when George Bush, going back to the shock and awe, remember that statement where he pulled everyone, all the facets of the European government, the Anglo-American governments, all together by making such a speech that said at the very end, if you're not in line with us, then you are in line with the terrorists. Remember that? That morally put everyone on his side, because all of a sudden, if you disagreed with even the way he was going about it, the way he'd worded it meant that you're a terrorist, so you're just as bad as them. It's a clever psychological way to get everyone to side with you on the guilt trip. So that's what this is happening now for me, if I'm going to look at it. We all need to shine a light, bad attitude, don't we, when we see it? We can't ignore this. This is the fruits of not saying nothing. This is the fruits of watching months go by of different chat rooms all getting aggressive, all bullying over different tactics, all having our own different belief systems, but then kicking other people in the teeth because they don't quite follow your belief system. And this is the fruit of it. Now, same again. Who's lost? Who's lost here? For whatever work, whether you agree with what he does or not, the people that have lost are the people that were there waiting for content from Danny. The people that have lost are the people from Telford that he may have been helping. So, where is it going to get you? Is this the environment that we want to kind of create? I've got no issue with yellow vesters, but some of them talk like they've got a fucking screw loose. They're angry, they're agitated, and without listening to semantical sentences, they're gaining their own kind of mentality within that sentence and then justifying their abusive and bullying behaviour that is being projected on other people. Fucking hell. So I'm not calling out yellow vest or anyone here, but there's certain individuals, you can't, I'm not, you know what I mean? But maybe saying that, now I'll have people on me. We've got to call it now. You've got to call it now. This has gone too far. What's going to happen? It's like, I'll be honest with you, it's like a fucking Tracy Blackwell's the queen bee, right? Just sat there, yeah? And then all the other bees and wasps and everything else are just doing everything they can to protect, fucking stinging like mad, just make sure. And it's like, that's how it's looking. It's looking so ridiculous. It's looking embarrassing. And it's detrimental. Detrimental. Like I say, I'm not even on the side of Danny Tomo. I'm on the side of what is right and wrong out of all this shit. So I'm actually backing people I don't technically agree with. Only for the fact that, you know what, if that shit happened to me, whether you like me or not, you'd have to look at that and go, fucking hell, I don't even like the guy, but that's bang out of order. So, you know, and then what I will say, I've got one more point because I've laboured that now, I'm done. All that. I got correspondence this morning off a brilliant chap, Simon, from the DFLA. And I'd also like to say hello to all the rest of the DFLA members and the higher echelons, as in Justin, as in Phil Hickin, and all the other great people that are working within the DFLA that have been supportive. Now, what is very strange is that when I did do that NF video, right? Yes, go mad. When I did do that NF video, there was an implication there with the DFLA. Not to say the DFLA knew about it, but there was footage there that no one could refute that come out of Tony Martin's mouth from his own National Front YouTube page that plainly said that I've been to DFLA marches filming them. That doesn't mean to say that DFLA knew he was there, he was invited. No, it just means he was there, right? So I kind of alerted to that and the vets and Tracy Blackwell. I get the treatment I got off Tracy Blackwell and the rest of the cronies, which meant that, you know, I had to do another stream with Tony Bugle defending honours, where it was bullshit. It was a common sense point that I brought up. The treatment that I got off the FLA, you know what happened there? Yeah? I had some people that in the higher echelons were dubious as to, well, why has he done this? Has he really done it? And then I had people that got in touch with me, mainly a chap called Kyle from the DFLA, that said, mate, as far as I'm concerned, thank you for informing me. Thank you. We're now going to put out a statement and we're going to denounce. We want nothing to do with it. We didn't know it was there. And we know as an organisation that we have to denounce everything that is negative. Otherwise, the left has got us over the table, haven't they? So what did he promptly do? Within a few days, boom, there was an announcement. I seen it on Facebook. Like, fair play to you. They're playing it. They're playing it by the book, how anyone with common sense would. That's it. But no, what happened on the other side? Everyone doubled down. People were all of a sudden, you like Busker, you like this. It's like, Busker's got fuck all to do with this. We're talking about Tony Martin, the National Front. Don't be bringing a third member into it to justify you then getting in the bullying. So that's what happened. So the DFLA just totally went, no, we're not. No, we see what has gone on. Da 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 da, right? I get a text this morning from a member of the DFLA, Simon. Didn't have to text me, got no reason to correspond. You know what I mean? Morning, Phil. Just to let you know, Tony Martin and some of his cronies turned up yesterday and the DFLA took care of it. They won't be showing up again. Now, apparently, from what I'd seen another post that suggested that they'd been seen in a pub where the DFLA members was. So I don't know what's happened. I hope it didn't get violent. Hope it didn't get tasty. But it sounds like the highest echelons are going, fuck this. We're not harbouring it. We're not going to get on the person's back who's actually spoke about this. We're not going to shoot the messenger. We're going to own the fact that this fuck is blatantly there. How can you discredit the DFLA for anything that they've done from the moment they found out about the National Front, as opposed to what's been happening with the Tracy Blackwell? I like Tracy Blackwell, but the different ways of dealing with the information that they've been given, yeah? Now, you could argue DFLA only found out through that video. There's evidence to suggest that Tracy Blackwell and the cronies in the background knew about this months ago. But yet, look who's the one who are beating people up. Look who the one who's getting trolling and getting aggressive online. Does that not tell you anything? So, fair play to the DFLA. Mutual respect. Massive respect to these guys. They're owning it. Moving on. It's not a nice pill. It wasn't a nice pill for me to do that video. I didn't sit there and go, right, I'm going to fuck up Tracy Blackwell, DFLA and the vets here, boom. No, I didn't do it for that. There was no one more gutted than me, knowing that each one of them organisations, if I've not done a video for them, I've spoken or gone down to their event and I've interviewed each members from each of them said organisations. So there's no one more gutted than me to see a dickhead like Tony Martin and his fucking White Hood brigade just in the background. And then people are going, well, it don't really mean nothing. It's like, really? Anyone with a brain knows that it does mean something. Anyone with a brain knows that if you don't cut that cancer out, it's going to metastasize. Before you know it, your leg's going to go. Before you know it, half of your body's going to go. That's how cancer works. It starts very small and it ends up aggressive. Before you know it, it takes over the whole fucking body. So If your doctors first diagnosed you with cancer, what do you say? Nah, you know what? I'm going to double down on the fucking doctor. Doctor, why did you just diagnose me with cancer? You know what I mean? That's the logic where this is at. Let's attack the doctor. Let's dox the doctor. Because he can't be talking about something that's actually going to maybe save the fucking life of the patient. That's how illogical all this is. Yeah, DFLA. They've been battered and hounded by the left. You know, Hope Not Hate, Antifa, they've all had a piece of DFLA over the months. And some of it's not been pretty, you know, some of the things, but like Simon was saying, he said on another text after that it's still a learning curve. So that makes me respect the DFLA and them even more. They're not sat there going, right, well, don't worry, Phil, you know, we've got it all under control. No, they haven't got it under control. And you know what? They're only human for admitting that they haven't got it under control, because all this is evolving around you. And if you don't evolve with it, you then find out that there are things happening in your organization that you wasn't aware of. So that is only common sense. And it makes you a better individual tasting that bitter pill, knowing that you're going to lance it out and get back to the good days. You know what I mean? So that's it, really. That's it. Yeah, good for the DFLA. Good for the DFLA. I mean, I don't know whether Danny Tomo's going to get his phone back. I don't know whether Tracy Blackwell's going to put a statement out. Personally, I'm not getting in between all this. I'm just saying it, but I don't want... You know, you're going to get people that will watch this stream now and then just assume that I'm attacking Tracy Blackwell. I'm not. I would say it about anyone. I would. But personally, if you're going to ask me, I think it's time Tracy Blackwell done a public stream and started speaking about this shit. Started denouncing the people that are doing this on her behalf. Because it ain't making her look good. If she's supporting it, then I don't know what you make of that. It's up to you. It's all up to you. It's not about trying to ruin any organisation. It's trying to keep it on an even keel and keep it moral. If you're doing this and not owning it, have you got any moral high ground? Can you actually go to the left and say you're a bunch of wrong-uns? Because what if they say, well, what about A, B, C, D, and E in your camp? All of a sudden, there's fuck all you can say. So it's not easy. No one wants to address it because we just want to keep moving forward. But if you don't address it, then there's no point in moving forward. So, respect to people that own it. Respect people who are going through the difficult stages. And to the point now where they feel just they want to give it up. You know what I mean? I can feel it. I can understand it. I can appreciate it. I've tasted it. I know it's not nice. I'm sure he'll come back a bigger and better person because of it. I'm sure he's going to give his family now what they need. Like I say, this ain't no blowing smoke up Danny Thomas's ass. Because I'm not doing that. I'm feeling his pain as an individual who's doing this, who's putting this shit and knowing the shit you get for doing it. But then having the balls to stand up and go, you know what? I don't do bullies. I do not do bullies. And if you're going to fucking bully me, I'll bully you back. I'll bully you back. But you know what? I've got a bigger platform than most of you that want to bully me. And I've got video editing skills that are getting better and better by the day if you want to bully me. So I don't want to use them tools to fucking slap you upside your head. But I will do it. I'm not here for that. I'm here to actually do positive shit. But if you're going to get tribal and start doing that, and fucking watch the next upload, you know what I mean? Watch it. What's gone on, Elliot? Oh, bless you. Bless you. It was a video, you probably just better going back to the beginning of the stream, but it's a video about just an update, what had gone on. Apparently Danny Tomo had got assaulted, got his phone nicked by people that were representing Tracy Blackwell, with misconstrued in what Danny was about, but they knee-jerked to the point where they just physically attacked him and robbed his phone. He's now doing streams offering £100 to get his phone back. He's also spoke that he went and openly spoke to Tracy Blackwell. Tracy Blackwell acknowledged that he's not to blame and didn't deserve to be bullied, but yet still wanted to attribute some blame because of the busker thing. So it's got very toxic to the point now where Danny Thomas has gone, see you later, I'm out of here. I'm out. Well, Rob the Yorkshire, yeah, mate. You know, individuals are individuals, whether you like them, whether you don't. I've got characters I've got respect for in this movement. I've got characters I haven't, you know. I'm not even saying he's up there. He's not. But as an individual, for him to go through that, he's shit. If he's been working on Telford, he's been trying to do his bit. Whether you agree with how he does it and what he is as an individual, that is irrelevant. Leave that at the door for now. The same with Tracy. Whatever you think of her as an individual, leave that at the door for now. The talking point is the shit that's going on around this place. So it's just unfortunate. Unfortunate. The world will keep turning and we'll keep going. But you can see now that YouTubers are dropping off like fucking flies. And it's unfortunate that the little bees are running around creating all this. It's almost like they're biting the nose off to spite the face, in a sense. Because no one's going to touch the yellow vest. No one's going to touch him. This is how they're going to act. And if people then come on the defense of these people because you know him, I'm not saying you should come out and attack him, but you've got to own it and go, nah, we've got to stop this. Otherwise, you're discrediting what we're doing. What's the point in putting your yellow vest on if that's all you're about? If that's the only thing that people are going to go, oh, the yellow vest that went out and aggressively attacked a geezer and robbed his phone over lies. What if it was the truth? It'd be fucking bang out of order. But how bad is it when it was bullshit? So not all bees are bad. We need bees. The ecosystem needs bees. But you can't have the queen bee mentality. You can't. And I'm not even saying that Tracy has just got her own what's going on around her. Stop being so dogged. Stop doubling down and just own it. I've got nothing against Tracy Blackwell, but this is getting stupid. The people that are around her are openly acting like fucking the mafia, instilling out their justice as and when they see fit to the people that in their world is disagreeing with what Tracy's all about. If Tommy Robinson fans had done this against someone, I'd be coming on and saying it's fucking bang out of order, and I'd probably be getting stick from Tommy Robinson fans, but it's the same consistency all the way through. It's not out to demonise, it's not out to make you feel like shit on this lovely Sunday afternoon, it's out to, you know what, we're being real. I'm not wasting my time losing money going through all my family stuff when there's all shit going on in the background and no one wants to talk about it, but yet they're going, why aren't you doing a video on the girl? Really? Can you not see? So the ones that come out shining here are the DFLA. And I've got a lot of respect for the veterans. They're trying to do the right thing. And if you don't own it, you don't be mature, you don't do the right thing, you're going to look a certain way. It still will have an attraction to a niche people, but you're going to be seen and regarded in that way. But yet, you're still representative of this side. So whether people on this side like it or not, you're still representative of the yellow vest, no matter what they do. And that's the worst thing about it. Even if you disavow what they're doing and the way they're acting, or some individuals, you still attributed to it as far as the left are concerned. Yeah, maybe Pitbull. Yeah, they've been after it. They've certainly, you know, the algorithms are censoring all kinds of comments and the accessibility to videos. You can see that. You can see that. It goes on, doesn't it? So I'll give it a minute. See if any of you bring up any valid points. Other than that, I've kind of made my point here, really. It's a disappointing day, but a positive day. Own it. Own it. DFLA will be in a better position after today for owning it. They'll have much more respect knowing that people have got the back, and people, knowing that the DFLA are going to speak about the crap, knowing that it's all about getting it out and getting to a positive place, within it all. That can only be respected by individuals, and that makes them a more trustworthy organisation to follow. I trust them. After that. Yeah, Pitbull. Well, you know what? It's up to her. People are not daft. People watch videos, and people, I think, are that scared in this movement that they don't want to say nothing. But it doesn't mean to say they're not thinking it. So it does look like it's becoming a bit more of an echo chamber, that side. And it's unfortunate that it's almost like people can't see it, that a monster's being formed from it, but because they want to stick to their conformity bias that much, they literally can't see it. And that's how it looks and appears to me. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. And it's you've only got, then it becomes then self-preservation, doesn't it? So, well, okay then. If you're going to carry on knowing that you've been told, knowing that people can see it, knowing that the National Front are the National Front, Tony Martin is Tony Martin, he is the leader of the National Front, he is considered far right, he is considered got racist tendencies. So if you still garnish that, if you still go on the attack for people who bring that out, it only brings you into disrepute. So if people who want to attack you cannot see the logic of that, it shows me where their mentality is at. Cheers, Gomad. And mate, even when you put it into perspective, look at the shit you get for putting it into perspective. Look at the shit you get. You know what I mean? When all you try to do is bring up a common sense point, but yet it's supposed to be mature people, rational people, that even if they're critiquing what you say, do it in a common sense, decent way, just like I try and do it. Yes, Steve-O, I'm doing fine, mate. I'm doing fine. Enjoying my Sunday. Steve-O, painting and decorators always have nice houses. Mate, there's dirty washing all over here. Honestly, I should be actually getting tea sorted and whatnot. Got the wife and my eldest, it's just chilling out downstairs. So I thought I'd just come and just speak my mind on this. In order for people to think, you're right, Pitbull, mate. You're a profound thinker, mate. You're right. Being stubborn does not win your supporters. It makes people see that you're almost it's a worry, it's a concern. It could actually be dangerous when you double down and you don't want to look at it. Because if people can blatantly see a brick falling off the building, but yet you're underneath it and you're not prepared to move because for whatever reason, then someone looks at you and go, well, boy, I don't want to be around here when that brick hits that person on the head. Because I've told them, I've even pointed the brick up to them. They can see it coming down at an alarming rate. Other people around me are saying, mate, get the fuck out of the way because that brick's coming down, but yet this person. So what do? You don't stay there and wait for the brick. You get the fuck out of the way. And it's called self-preservation. It's called dropping that sandbag over the side when your balloon is descending. So it's unfortunate. I wish peace and prosperity to Tracer. I wish solace. I hope she finds out what she wants to find out in her critique of what she feels has happened. It will never replace what she's lost. She's an amazing character for doing what she's doing. But I do see a certain blindedness that looks like it's not going to end well if it carries on the way it is. So what do? Shoot the messenger, I guess, don't you? You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate. Another YouTuber bites the dust. How many more? How many's left, guys? How many more do you want to get through? How many more do you want to get through? So unless people don't look at this properly, unless people don't start looking at what these people who upload clips, what they're actually doing, you know, whether it be Busker, Danny Tom or whatever, look at what they're trying to do. If they do critique something, try and be balanced. If they don't present that in a fair way, that's up for debate, fair enough. But if all you're going to do is shoot the messenger will be shot, won't it? And then you've got no fucking messenger then. So it's up to you guys. That's probably my last philosophical statement on the whole day, really. Elizabeth Taylor, you are a wonderful person, if you were talking about me there. Thank you very much. I'm trying to articulate it so people can see it. It's not easy, is it? Because we've all got our assumptions, we've all got our biases, and people agitated, angry, and emotionally getting more and more wound up, which then stifles true rationality coming out, and that's the bad thing. Yes, Matty, nice one. Nice one. Well, listen, I'm going to call it a day because Sunday afternoon, isn't it? I'm sure you've got 101 things to do. Make sure you make the best of the day. Elizabeth Taylor was considered the most beautiful woman on the planet. There you go, Elizabeth. Take that with you and enjoy your day. See? That is common respect, isn't it? It's beautiful. Yes, UK 180. You know what? I've recorded all the footage. I haven't had time to process it because the world is still turning. And I'll tell you what, I've made a rod for my own back. Any of you guys know that tech savvy. I've recorded footage. You know how much gigabytes of 1 week's footage of decorating a house from start to finish? 28 bleeding gigabytes. Yeah? 28 gig. And I've got to now get that into whatever I'm going to do. So as soon as I've done it, Billy was talking. I'm like, all right, Billy, we'll do this. And then I'm like, all right, I've got to go CSA. Right, I'm going to see Billy. And I'm like, oh, I can't even see a time I'm going to even get on it. But I will get on it. It's going to be done. Yes, Rob. Right, Rose. Yeah, I did try and contact you, Rose. That's why I've done the stream earlier. But next week, right, so are you officially committing to a stream next week, Rose? Yeah? Because I'm going to screenshot it. Yes, Jungle Junior. Nice one, mate. Have a great day. I'm going to just get this confirmation so I can screenshot it off Rose, and then I'm out of here. Peace be with you all. Have a great day. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy stuff. It is crazy. It could be me, Stan. The signal's not brilliant here. Yes, Julie. All the best to you. Have a great day, guys. I'm just waiting for our Rose. Bad attitude. Have a top one, mate. Peace and love to everyone on this channel. You know it goes without saying. Right, Rose English. I love you. Thank you very much. It's official. Rose English and I are going to be on a stream next Sunday, 7 days from now. Maybe more of an evening thing. We'll have to arrange the time. So everyone, remember that. 7 days from now, whatever's going on in the world, Rose and I are going to be back here. It's not going to be in my bedroom. She's going to be where she's going to be at. I'm going to be where I'm going to be at. We're going to have a nice chat about all manner of different topics. I want to tap into this young lady's brain, seriously. 1,000,000%. Brilliant. Right, well, on that note, I'm going to get going. I'm going to get some washing done and sort my head out. So I bid you a good day and have a great week. And I'll be in touch soon. Look up for 8 p.m. 8 p.m. next week. There we go. Look up for all the uploads and support your YouTuber. Don't give him shit. You see where it takes him. Everyone's human. Would you like that treatment? Don't think anyone would. So it's not very clever, is it? So peace out to everyone. I love you all, even the pissing haters. God bless.